All right, this is video journal number 4. Question is, what approaches do you feel like this leading radio industry manager uses? I definitely feel like this manager, Eric Mastel, uses a combination of theories. One of the theories that I know he uses is tied up in the classical school of management under the scientific management part, where he uses careful selection of employees for hiring for the correct positions. And Radio Inc. had asked him a question. They said, how have you been able to achieve success? And one of the things that he said is he achieved success in making sure that he hired people who was in the right position. And one of the jobs, the people that he had worked for CEO, he had a company, he used a model of a bus on the conference room table. And it's right here. And it says, do we have the right people on the bus to get us where we need to be? And so it's very important, I think, that Eric makes sure he has the right people for the right job. I think Eric also uses on page 74 of our book, another part of the classical school method, which is under Foyle's principles, which is under the administrative management section. Foyle mentions about 14 principles that are used there. And one of the principles is the division of work. Work should be divided according to specialization, which is kind of with the scientific management part. But under the administrative part, he also uses the one where it says subordination of individual interests to general interests, which means interests of a single employee do not outweigh those of the organization. And in here, Eric made sure he mentioned that it's important that other managers, although you may have initiatives, you may have goals that you want, but it's all about not being selfish and developing leaders. Right here it says develop leaders as you develop. Too many people are selfish about their development. I want my direct reports to take as much interest in their subordinate development as they do their own, which is very important. And then the other one is a spirit of harmony should be promoted among personnel. And Eric mentions here about being able to come to the job with a cheery disposition right here. One of the things that he likes to do, some of the challenges, is making sure that while keeping a positive attitude, a smile on your face, a cheery disposition, a firm hand, innovating, learning, and improving every day. So having a cheery disposition, there needs to be an environment where there is harmony there. Harmony, in my opinion, is the support of all institutions. Because when there's disarray, it's hard to really get along. Then he uses some things out of the human relations part, where he likes to share the interests in the employees. And he goes on with the Hertzberg hygiene in the form of recognition. He believes in recognizing people when they have done well, although he knows that under the failure, as long as you fail, you know what you've messed up on, you will continue to get better if you continue working on it and doing better. So he likes the recognition, and he does recognition, I think, in the form of promotion. And, he says it doesn't mean that people ask for, he says, it doesn't mean that simply people stating they want a promotion, but you take note of how they ask for it. Do they say, I want to be promoted, or do they ask what needs to be done? And to me, that's a level of recognition. He also uses the theory Y under human relations, which centers on the matching of talents with the proper people in the proper position, which is kind of what we mentioned in the classical school of management. He also goes under the modern school, under the MBO approach, which is interaction between management and employees, where managers identify the goals and they share them with the employees, but the employee is allowed to use their own talents to achieve those goals as management evaluates their process. So basically, employees control how to complete their projects. And that's something that one of the people who recommended him for this outstanding position had mentioned. Here's some of the things that people say. It says, Eric is by far the best managers at radio. He understands that everyone, including himself, has a job that must be done. and he understands the importance of everyone's position. It also says he knows how to be a role model and manage people and yet give every employee the space they need to grow into the best salesperson, program director, DJ, or whatever position it is. That is right there. So he uses all of the school approaches, in my opinion. And then on top of that, he is, I believe, shows leadership as opposed to just being a manager with manager skill. You know, with his 33 years of experience, he and his wisdom that comes along in this business, he definitely offers the long range perspective, which is your transformational leadership quality. And this is where he helps to pass visions and the passion along to his subordinates. And he mentioned here that it's all about having passion in what you do. And he also mentioned how he just hired some millennials who have passion and they share the growth of the company. And they want the company to grow. And here's one of the things he says. He likes it when people don't complain. Regardless if someone's plate is full, they understand the end goal is to help the company grow. And that's being able to give a vision. And they are willing to go above and beyond, breaking down walls to get stuff done. So I apologize for going so long, Miss Amy. I did not realize I went this long, but I had written so many things down as far as his management skills. But please forgive me. Thank you so much. I appreciate you listening. And this is video journal number 4 with Theories of Management.